You don't know anything about that because they hid it in hidden information. They called it esoteric. Oh, what does that mean? It means it means understood by very few. That's what it means. That's all it means. It's just crazy.
It is.
You have to get out there and like nothing else. Put a book in front of you, read some shit, man. To read comics, but you gotta read. You gotta study some things. You gotta learn some shit. Start learning some things. Just get out there and read. You're gonna learn that the world is not what it is, not what it seems to be anyway.
Why do you think people have such a hard time being open to that concept?
Not because you're in a structured environment. You go to school, kindergarten to 18. They indoctrinate you. They teach you how to think. They teach you when to eat. They teach you all the stuff that they instead of teaching you real shit that your body can heal itself if you do this, this, and this. If you stop eating this shit, you won't have this, this, and this. If you stop doing this, you won't this. If you stop stressing, your back will stop hurting. If you stop doing these things, what you'll find out, and if they say, when you get out of high school, how many, when you get out of high school, how many people read? Okay, you got people that go to college for 4 years. That's a very small percentage. Most people don't read or study anything after they get out of high school, except when they go to college. And even the ones that go to college, most of them, I'm not going to say most of them, a lot of them still don't read once they get out of their thing. Once they got their master's or their PhD, they stop reading. But it's not that thing about it is it's not just about reading your craft. You have to learn other things. You have to learn other things. You know, uh, fourth, fifth dimensional things. Uh, Quantum physics is very important because it teaches you that and your words have value, the vibration and the intent on what you say and has value. You know, so there's a whole lot of other things that you can learn when you learn that. You can learn universe and once you change one, the other one is instantly changed. We're in some kind of system that, and the system don't know it's there. Don't know. So much we don't know. So I say read, study, study. Not just read, study. Don't believe shit people say. Go look. Go look. It's nothing like it when you get that aha moment for yourself.
Right.
You know.
That's why I said like with like we have conversation or anything like I talk about like people whatever like I try when I post something and I'm going to post something you said because I trust you right I trust your word I know you do your research but still being honest like trusting you and me repeating what you said doesn't mean it's the correct information. My intentions are right, but it's kind of, so and people are so quick to run with that. So I'll be like, well, somewhere I saw something, so make sure you check it out. I don't want to misquote, but still, it's important. Like, don't you want to feel good to like say something and like give reference to it and give multiple references?
Also, I like to say that I reserve the right to change my information based on new information. I'm always willing to expand. If I'm wrong and you show me I'm wrong, or I made a mistake, or I'm looking, but my intentions are always pure. My intentions are always pure when it comes to knowledge. But if I have done things that I'm like, oh shit, that's wrong. I've read more information and learned more. The more you learn, the more you know. I don't know what I don't know yet. I just don't know it.
But don't it feel good, like to say that, and, like learn, like know that there's so much more you can learn, for yourself. Like, don't you? Like it's
If people take a piece of paper and draw it in the four corners and write what they know, what they don't know,
what you
and
want
what
to know.
they don't know, there's still going to be that segment of you don't know what you don't know. There's some things that you don't know because you never even vastly even thought about that whole area. And I remember it happened to me once. It opened up a whole area of studying for me. I had never even thought about taking it on that line. I never thought about taking it that way. I never understood it that way. until somebody said something to me, and I was like, oh, shit, it opened up a whole new field, a whole new area of study for me. So you don't know that. That's why you talk to people. Steel sharpens steel, steel sharpens steel. So you talk to people that are sharp, people that are that are about what you're about.
Right.
That's what it keeps you sharp.
I mean, it's like godlike, to be able to want to expand.
Well, I mean, every day's better. You build a better you. You build a better you.
Grab my laptop while you're right there. I'm hanging out with my hubby, y'all. I snuck him in on this conversation on stereo. I'm recording. I'm gonna put this up, but I snuck him in. So I'm super excited. How you doing, Chris? Always present. Um, and I don't ever get to record them, so I figured I'd take advantage of the situation. So that's what's going on. So we were talking about, first of all, we were talking about our children and just kind of just paying it forward and educating, and it's about finances and stuff like that, and just upbringing and stuff. So that was the conversation. So now we're just chit chatting. He stepped away for just a second. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. I'm trying to see. Let's see what. So yeah, that's what's going on. Get me on this conversation. Sorry, I got an echo. So yeah, so this talking about life or whatnot. What are you saying? What are we talking about, babe? What were we talking about?
What am I talking about?
I said, what were we talking about? What did you say last?
Talking about being and we're talking about husbands. Women looking for husbands.
Oh,
And you know what? There are guys out there that ain't ready for that. You know what I mean?
and there's a whole bunch of them ain't ready. What I'm saying, obviously. But so the women, they need to pick and choose, and you got to be smart, you got to be clever, or you can because they're gonna be coming, they're gonna come for you, and you got to you like a goalie, knock them down. You got to knock them down, because they're gonna come for you. That's just what it is. For every 10 guys that come for you, and especially when you're young and you're good looking, the older you get, the numbers die down, a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's an angle, there's a percentage or whatever you want to call it that, and as you get older, it's a little different.
But that's why I asked you earlier, as far as like with the maturity level and like men just maturing differently.
Yeah.
So what does that look like for females? Like, are you supposed to date older men? Because people that are in their late 20s, early 30s.
I don't, when I was 21, I was in the Marine Corps. I was in the best shape of my life. And I knew it. I was full of myself. So that's just what it was. I was full of myself. And at that point in time, I was different. I was just different. I was just different.
So that's what I'm saying. So now you have somebody that's in their early mid-20s as a female, and they're dating you, and you're showing about oaths, and like for whatever reason I have a child or whatever.
We know what reason. We know what reason. Ain't no whatever reason. You know what reason you have a child. You knew I didn't want no daggum long distance, long time relationship, but you went on ahead and that's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking. You went on ahead and you told me to take a condom. Whatever. Whatever. Whoever's whatever. They both should have been prepared or protected. If you knew this is not the guy, then you need to protect yourself. You just do. You have to. You have to. I mean, how many mistakes is there? Because there. You keep messing with the wrong one, then it's
I agree with that.
It's you.
Sorry. I agree with that.
Sorry. You got to be smarter. You keep having babies by these guys that don't take care of their kids, then that's you. He didn't take care of the ones he had before you. So why are you with this? You knew he wasn't shit. Is what I'm saying. But he had some good, he could do, he could do this and he could do that. Now here you are again with 4. Now you're still looking for a husband and some stability in your life for you and your kids.
I agree.
You can be smarter, but I mean, I get it. Shit, I was young. I wasn't smart either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it makes it tricky.
It
like
is.
when people point, like when we're pointing fingers, like again, like upbringing, like
where are the elders?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so when we say that we have to start with the children with re-education and starting over, like you can't, because your parents, like this is some things.
Oh, but there are some that are awake already. There are some that are already, thinking like we thinking. Some parents, so those parents can be very influential because they already know. So us right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think having conversations like this needs to be initiated because people do feel alone. In a lot of things, it's only the weird things where people are like, we need to rally and get together and look at us, in the weird things. But like, really, what's really mattering, there are a lot of people that are doing a lot of different positive things that nobody knows about, nobody participates in, especially when it comes to re-educating and deprogramming the havoc that's been made. And like having these conversations are important, but like it's super hard. We can agree to make it make sense. Like you think, like, why don't you get this? Like we all seen the movie The Matrix. We know what that looks like. You like that movie, like you saw it. Like this is what we living in. Well, I know, but you like, dude, like he was out of the Matrix. He was like, I can't do it. Let me go back in, like consciously. But nobody wants to say, like, what's wrong with you?
When you consciously keep making dumbass decisions, you consciously keep making dumbass decisions, then you are a product of your own self. You know,
but now
you're a hazard
now
to
you
yourself.
are a hazard. You're a menace to society now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're a hazard. Now you're
Yeah,
a menace to
yourself.
society.
That's crazy, but because a lot of people are hazards to themselves. That's a fact.
Yeah, and
I love
that's
that song.
yeah. But now you're
Don't
a menace
let
to
me get
society.
me. yeah. You know, and you know, I think a lot of it though is, you know, is upbringing. I think a lot of it's upbringing. What we teach the children, you know, anymore. Again, you know, indoctrination and you know, and even our kids, you know, you look at how society has indoctrinated them into the, you know, going to school, just getting out and, you know, living life, you know, watching what they watch on TV. You know, there was 4 channels when I was a kid, and none of them showed anything that you know was slightly sexy. Leave it to Beaver, you know, the Beverly Hillbillies. You know? It was those kind of shows, you know.
Even commercials.
There was none of that other stuff. Like right now, man, it's almost that would have been considered like porn back then, you know. What they show now, you know. They
remember you had to have like HBO and like Showtime to even like see soft porn, but it was like after hours. Like you had to have like it was later than 10. Like it might have been soft, like kid, like maybe lingerie, but like you wasn't. There was no body parts at all. Real sex,
and it came on there. I think it was 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm not sure which one.
The Bunny Ranch.
Yep, all those. Yeah.
But like you weren't seeing none of that. Like, so I don't understand. And every time you look up, you gotta.
All you can have is the phone. You go straight to porn, hard porn. You go straight to hard porn. All you need is a phone. That's it.
Well, you had the internet before that, though.
No. When I was a kid, there was no internet.
I'm saying for me growing up, you had the internet. Like that was a big thing. Like
internet, for me, I remember the internet came around. It was AOL.
Yeah, I do too. But you can still. I think YouPorn's been around for a long time. I
don't think it'd be. I don't remember. You know.
But you said the chat line, so that's what it was. It was the chat line.
Well, AOL had all that, but it still wasn't any porn. There was no porn.
No.
Back then when they came on, I don't remember being any porn. That came out later. It was later on. But shit, now you know you can see whatever you want to see, however, as long as you got a phone.
Look how they eased it in though. Like look how so before so you had the AOL. Like you had the 4 channels and you had cable, but like you had MTV. Remember MTV? Remember the box channel 47 here in Indianapolis. Okay, so
MTV
with
that, black music.
No, but then the box, which was channel 47 here, they play black music, Jodeci and all that.
But okay.
No, well, this is 90s for me. So look, look at the music and look at the internet. Right before the phone. So what's happening is they moved it around to where like you see it on TV. That's when they started showing that stuff with the weird like hip hop, the raunchy hip hop, and the rap. Uncle Luke.
Everything you're saying right now is the reason why we have so many, you know, broken families. We have so many families that didn't make it. Women with you know. Different lot of children that not married, not wedded. All of that is the very reason. Now you look at TV, half the people on there aren't married, and everything is catered to the woman. And when I say that,
say it.
You know, it's not a traditional marriage no more. There are no traditional marriages anymore.
Say what you talked about when we like even the commercials, not just like a TV show, the commercials.
All of them are different.
With how the roles and how they talk about
they always emasculate the male. You know, he always have to be doing something stupid, and the woman
something stupid like you can't do.
You know, you know, you do something, and then she go, oh, you know, well, look at me. No, you know.
And her face like kind of calls him like stupid and simple. Exactly. He just be like, you know, yep, you're me.
Mike and Molly, give you a perfect example. Molly don't get shit her way. Mike pays. That's just what it is. If King of Queens, King of Queens. Oh, girl don't get her way. Kevin James, goddamn, catch him. That's what it is.
Okay, so look at those examples.
Hold on. Let me finish. Go back to in the 70s, All in the Family. You think goddamn Edith got her way? Archie was hell no. Do you think the Jefferson? Florida. I mean, not Florida. What's her name?
Florence.
Florence. No, Florence was
what-
maid. Anyway,
Wheezy.
Wheezy. That's it. Wheezy got her way. No, she didn't. And you think Florida got her way with James? Hell the fuck no. It wasn't like that. Now it's the other way around, and that's what we have. I honestly, an alpha male. When I hear a female say that she's an alpha female, it's an automatic turnoff.
You know what though?
For me, and I say that because that means when you say alpha, that's you're more masculine than. That's a lot of masculinity for me.
I haven't heard that from a female. Let me ask you this though: what do you think when you hear when men are going back and forth, trying to identify the men as alphas versus betas?
I don't know what you mean.
Like for men, like what's his name? Kevin Samuels, like the alpha male, the beta male. Like that is a new term that came in with the whole rainbow movement, because before, like, it's not an alpha or beta. Like, you're the man. It's not like who are you less than? Like, where's the comparison? In the home, you're the alpha male, period. So you the out. I mean, there's no trying to compete with another man. In what area are you trying to do that? No. So there should be no beta. If you're a man, you're a man. If you're not, you're not. So alpha means if you a man doing manly things, and we all know what that means. Like, stop playing. If you doing little bitch things, and you a beta male.
Okay.
I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna play this. Let me see. What's this? Let me hear this.
Hey, peace to y'all. Give thanks for life and strength. Respect to y'all doing this. You know what I found interesting? Adding to the dynamics which y'all talking about the tearing down of the relationship in movies. I also found it strange that, but not strange, knowing how they go. But I found it interesting that a lot of movies, either like in a real conscious or a real serious movie, it's like either it's the father and the child, or it's like the mother and the child. Very rarely is like the entire family naked at the end. And if it's the father, it's always the father die saving the family. But for some reason, he just had to die. They just kill him off in the movie. And also what I found is a lot of time in some of the movies and in real life, when the female get rid of her husband and then she rise to power, that's how they have it in a lot of movies.
I agree with that. Thank you for that comment. What do you think?
When men make money to take care of their family. When women make money, they make money to be independent of men.
I don't know. For me, like, like my upbringing, like there is a safety matter at hand, and there's not a lack of trust for you, but like my money, like your money is your money, my money is my money, but our money is our money. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to contribute. There's no reason. I don't have any issue cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, but neither do you. When I'm at work, people ask me like, well, are you going home to cook? I am not. Do you see what time it is? You've held me up. My husband's been home for 2 hours. You should have put some ribs on. And he's cooking. He's like, your husband cooks? Like I don't understand that. Like, so you should make some ribs. So yeah.
Too late now. They won't be done before midnight.
You'll still be up eating. I'm gonna play next comment.
I ain't lying. Those last ones were good. Even though I tried to rush them, they didn't work out that way, but they were really good. Yeah,
you did a great job. I'm gonna play this next comment real quick. Hang on.
Or not necessarily say your husband. Let's say whatever role that significant other would be playing in the movie. A lot of times, like when she get rid of him, and then like a character expands, or she becomes savior, and I'm not sexist. I'm not putting anything as a no gender thing. I'm just saying like how we know the stuff about movies is also something that I notice in movies. Check it out. It's in many movies.
Something's going up upstairs. I hear it.
That's this. I think that's this. I guess the wings puts it with it.
I hear it. Yeah, good comment. Let me put this next one. Hang on.
There's something that happened in real life when it comes down to getting rid of the father, and then it's like the system to protect the mother. Hence, the baby mother, the baby father becomes the image of the system or of welfare. And as long as he's not around, she don't get it. So she has to keep him away. It's a deep-rooted thing they have going on with us, really.
Oh, good thoughts. My husband's shaking his nodding his head.
Welfare is a product of the Democrats. Product of the Democrats, And you're right. You're absolutely right. They get rewarded for keeping them out. That's a fact. That's a fact. So.
That's what we were talking about earlier, as far as like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like making sure people, like the youth understands what wealth, generational wealth, all that stuff looks like, because that is an issue. Why would you need government assistance? And if you want to get ahead, they'll cut you off before you can get ahead. So you have to stay on there out of fear. Right. And so, but you have to keep this man away, or you'll get evicted. And eviction means you can't get another apartment.
The man goes, when the man's in the household, it's a stronger family. And they don't want that. It's a stronger family when the man is in the household. For the most part. I ain't talking about, the white beaters and child beaters. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about when a good man's in the household, it's good for the family, it's good for the kids, it's good for the environment, it's good for the community. It's good for the schools. It's good for everything involved.
Sarah, not to be probatum, but what was you saying before? We talked about this before when it comes to the statistics with men in the homes and like
yeah. You're talking about the statistics show that when a woman raises a man, he has a very high percentage.
Young man.
When a woman raises a boy, he has a very high percentage of dropping out of school, not going to college, going to prison. And when a man and a woman raises a child, those percentages go way, way down. And what they found that also is when the woman is not in the house and the man raises, the statistics are almost equal to that of a two-parent household. But why are the courts always giving the children to the women?
They be some crappy women these days. Women are doing some weird.
I'm not knocking the women. I'm not knocking for whatever. I'm just knocking the courts right now because how are you going to give the child to the man? The statistics show is a better chance of success. But we don't do that. They always give it to the female for the most part. I mean, unless he can show that she's unfit, and there has to be some kind of police legal.
They go of a distance though, like to not respect that. I'm playing another comment. Hang on.
It's almost like they copied the template of a queen bee, a black widow, and a black ant or a queen ant. Where it's the drones, the males are the drones, they're there for the children. When the male go, and then the system or the colony takes off the kids and the queen. So, yeah, they copied it and used it on.
There's certainly there's a lack of community these days when it comes to raising humanity. I don't even know how to say that, It takes a village to raise a child, but there's no community for any of these children.
They're making it hard. When I was a kid, all the people around me had been living there for years and years and years. I mean, I've been my friends, my childhood friends, I still know, and when I see them, we still embrace and do all this, but we all lived in the same area. There wasn't a whole lot of people that changed because houses were a lot more affordable then for people to buy. When you're not buying your house, then that means you're renting it. That means you're moving out every 2 or 3 years. In my community where I grew up at, my mom and dad own their house, the people next door own their house, people across, and to this day right now, most of them still own these houses, and they have family members living in them, and to include my house. So but it's harder now to buy a house. They'll let you rent a house for $1,700, won't let you buy it for $12. There's so many rules that keep you from buying, or so many what they call them credit disadvantages, I would say, that keep you from buying a house when it would be more efficient. If you bought a house, you create more of a community. You know you're going to be living here for a while. You know, so, and the same thing is across the street. You know, people buy, and that's the way it was. You know, now it's not like that. More people are renting, and it's harder to buy, and that's the biggest deal. It's harder to buy.
It is, and the credit. Then that's why I said, like, when we educate our youth and one another as far as wealth, you know, you can have all the money and a great job and been on that job, but your credit score is jacked because you have no financial education.
Well, that's another thing. How come we didn't taught? You know, how come we don't teach what credit score is in high school? How come we don't teach credit in high school? You know, how come that? You know, and that is a real. How come we don't teach real estate, or you know, things that matter in high school? You know, I tell you, the education system. You know, one of the what is that the project thing that what's they talking about?
Project 2025.
Yeah, it has something about getting rid of the education department. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know. What I'm saying is I don't know what will come after that, but it could be better. I mean, we could put something together where they start learning, you know, things that they need to know, things that are more important, you know, the real shit. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. I'm not for it or against it. There's some good ideas and there's some bad ideas in it, you know.
So anything that's manifested, like you have to think about what that looks like and be a part of, you know, the history of that, you know, the future of that. So with the education system, so like without making it a race thing or, you know, whatever, or divisive, but like just keeping it real, there was a point in time where we did educate our children, where the man went to work. He was a provider. The women made sure their children were well off, all of them, you know, and there's none of that anymore. So what does that look like? So, but in certain states, if you are homeschooling, there are certain criteria, right? And you very well might lose your children. Ask Kamala Harris, like she was locking women up because their kids were. I saw it. Her daughter had sickle cell anemia. Anybody that knows about sickle cell, you know, but she was allowed to be out of school, but she was locked up. Go ahead. I was going to go check on my son. So yeah, what does that look like? We hear different things that we don't understand, and it's presented as a fear tactic. We run with that. What are you so afraid of, though? I'm afraid of how this world looks because people are so weird and closed-minded and really ignorant. The cognitive dissonance is astonishing. You know, you tell someone something. I'm never trying to be right and make you wrong. I always want to be correct. If I'm incorrect, I will gladly and openly address that and correct that, right? So being right and wrong is about intention. Being correct and incorrect is intention, okay? So you always want to do the right thing. If I tell you all something, if we're saying something right now and it's incorrect, we are not wrong because the intent is not to be malice, but we may be incorrect. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I was listening to you on this platform and you said this, but I checked something and I saw something different. Like, why would I be mad about that? Who's gonna be mad? Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I got it from this. So like, that's weird. Like, you don't want to be better than how you are today. Like, you don't know everything. And if you did, like, don't you think you'd be like God-like and your life would be like just absolutely on point in every single area, in every single aspect? But until then, there's always room to grow and learn and evolve. And that is so magnificent. It is such a privilege. You know, we wake up, I just want to, you wake up and do your little morning prayers. I'm glad I woke up today. You're glad you woke up today, but you complained the entire day, negative all day, spewing hate and disruption all day. Somebody was wishing that you didn't wake up, but they don't say that, and they just rebuke that thought altogether and start repenting because you're being weird, and that's not cool. So we have to do things with intention. My husband just walked back over here. I was someone, if we're incorrect, we always should be correct if we're incorrect, and the difference between being right and wrong versus being correct and incorrect. So we never are wrong because it's about intention. But if ever we're incorrect, we always want to be correct with things. So that's what I was explaining. So yes, what's going on, Miss Son?
Daddy had plungers
Tonight?
Yeah, I forgot.
That's what's up. Our youngest son. So we started this conversation. We're gonna get ready to get off here because I want to spend some time with my husband. I've been super busy. Don't do it. We've been super busy. And I'm so grateful he's been on here. I'm grateful for you all being on here. We started talking this conversation as far as generational wealth and upbringing and family and just learning and growing together and being accountable and just talking to one another, right? So our youngest son is doing clinicals apparently for his EMT class. So I'm super happy for him. I'm so happy. So you all make sure you all love on your children, love on your family, love on your loved ones. It's super important. Super important. Anybody got anything to say? I think my husband's hungry. My king is hungry. I'm hungry.
Let's go to Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. It's raining.
So it ain't raining in the car.
I know, right? I don't even know why I said that. I hate when people say that. It's raining outside. Be careful. It's just rain.
I can use the off your feet.
I know. I love seafood. I love seafood. Hey, you all make sure you all subscribe to the United Empires of Akibalon. So it's the United Empires of Akibalon. Akibalon spelled ALKEBULAN. Kathy B's on here in the audience, and she just jumped off. My husband, my king, and I are talking about eating. Probably gonna go to Red Lobster, but Queen Kathy B does awesome stuff as far as growing your own foods indoors and outdoors. I don't know where you all are right now. We're in Indiana. I know Tina Berry with Straight No Chase with the Queen with the United Empires of Akibalons down in Florida, and they're getting some nasty weather. Weather's weather in any kind of region in the United States. It's just different everywhere. So everybody make sure you got a plan for things. You never know when it's going to hit. I know we had our power out a couple days ago. We were freaking out and wigging out. My youngest son, his phone was on low or whatever. He's going to go out in the car and charge it. So make sure you have batteries. You have flashlights, you have candles, you have canned foods and non-perishables, you have bottled waters, a filtration plan for cleaning your waters. Like, we have to get serious. Things are going on in the world. Make sure you invest wisely. Make sure you have this conversation as far as planning and wealth for the present, wealth for generational wealth, with people that you care about. I'm grateful for all that are on stereo. If you're listening on stereo, make sure you all follow Kathy B, follow myself, follow Renaissance. I love this conversation. Roz, I love your conversation. Thank you for the feedback. And just let's keep up with one another. Share conversations if they're positive. Do not get into conversations that are not positive and that are not worth your while. Right? My husband's very patient. He's hungry. I'm hungry. We got things to do. You all have things to do. And I could be on here forever. Like, I'd be on here all night. My husband be like, are you still on there? Who are you talking to? Because it'd be good conversation. We can get lost on stereo. So you all make sure when you're on stereo, have positive conversations. Stop interacting with people that are weird and foolish. Because time is money and money is time. And it's not about the money, but it's about your time. And you can make a lot of money, but you can never get your time back.